Welcome back to Instables, everyone. So the market has been very choppy. I'm going to go over the S&P 500 with you guys. I want to go over an update with you guys so you guys can see exactly which levels we're at, how bad does it really look, and what exact levels do we need to hold above going to next week, what exactly has to happen for us to have better momentum going to next week. I'm going to go over all this with you guys, and all I ask in return is you guys smash that like button and hit subscribe if you want to see more chart updates on potential breakouts that we mentioned throughout the week. So let's jump into this one. So I'm going to go over the ES with you guys. This is the S&P 500 futures, showing us the 500 largest stocks in the stock market, showing us how most of the market is moving. So again, we did have that gap down, and then we had that second gap down, and again, we did bounce back from there, having that nice short-term rally throughout the day. And then as you guys can see, we did get choppy towards the end of the day. And again, as you guys can see, we are trying to bounce off the 50-day moving average here on the 5-minute. So I'm going to back up here to the 4-hour chart so you guys can see what we're looking out for overall. What exact levels do we need to hold above? Now, as you guys can see, we did have that gap down going into the pre-market, and then now we are gapping up, looking to see if we can fill this gap and continue on up with that momentum. Now, again, we did mention previously that we were trying to hold above this level on that gap down that we did have here at 4,292. And as you guys can see, we did drop down below it, and then we had that gap up, looking to see if we can continue with this momentum. Now, as you guys can see previously in this chart, we had this major sell-off previously when Biden did mention a possible 100% increase in capital gains, and sure enough did rally from there and did recover and continued on up from there. So again, we could definitely return and possibly gap up and possibly have a rally. Again, the infrastructure bill has a lot to do with what might happen going into next week, so we're going to be definitely looking out for that going into this weekend. Now, again, as you guys can see previously in this chart, we mentioned that we were trying to hold above this level on that possible market crash here at 4,237. And if we do happen to drop down below this level at 4,237, then we are going to be making sure we can stay above this level here at 4,178. Again, 4,178 is the level that we did break above when Biden did mention that possible 100% increase in capital gains and did give us that continuation on up. And we did continue to rally from there since we did break above that level. Again, in my opinion, to have better market conditions is to have the 20-day moving average to cross above the 50 here on the 4-hour, but not only to have the 20 moving average to cross above the 50 here, but also to make sure we do cross back above this $4,500 level. Again, 4,500, you guys can see previously in this chart, we did have our previous gap up and continuation on up. And as you guys can see, we could not hold that level, which gave us our continuation on these gap downs that we started to have here on the ES. So again, making sure we do have this gap up here and continue on up from this gap down that we had today, and then continue on up and ultimately looking to see if we can break over 4,500 here on the S&P 500. Now, from an intraday perspective and from an instable perspective, we are looking for either consolidation or a gap up to have better market conditions, ultimately to have more movers in the market. Again, if we do come back down and we do bounce off of these levels and we consolidate and then we gap up from here, then that would be very healthy for the S&P 500 and that would give us a lot of movers. So again, if we do have that continuation on that gap up, then we could come up here and possibly consolidate from here. And if we do consolidate and then we do break out from here, that would also show us better market conditions going to next week. But however, if we do gap up and then we do have a major gap down, then again, we are looking for a lot more consolidation at that point in time. So ultimately, making sure we do either gap up and consolidate from these levels between 4,395 and 4,445, making sure we do break above this level here at 4,500. And again, as far as momentum, as you guys can see, we have that decrease in sell pressure, making sure we do have that increase in buy pressure going to next week. As you guys can see, we do like how we have less of a decrease in sell pressure, but however, we do not have an increase in buy pressure quite yet, making sure we do get that increase in buy pressure going to next week, and with the EMA lines crossing back above the MACD to give us better market conditions and to give us more movers throughout the day. So again, if you guys do want to see all of our breakout alerts throughout the day, go to instables.com in the description below, and you guys never miss a breakout alert that again. And everybody that has been supporting the channel, everybody that has been in the comment section, I appreciate every one of you guys. As always, much love to you guys. And if you guys do like this video, it does help others find it, and it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.